Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and everyone watching. This is Running on Empty Food Review, and I am your host, the Report of the Week. So we have a new review for you. As a matter of fact, it's not just any review, it's a pizza review. And, when it comes down to all the things that I like reviewing, I like trying out, because there certainly is a very very broad spectrum of huge variety of stuff out there in the fast food world. I always love these pizza releases. I mean, hands down, by far, that's my favorite thing to review. And Pizza Hut, this is not necessarily a new item that they are introducing. Rather, they're reintroducing a item that I think I actually reviewed on this channel beforehand, but either way, perhaps by popular demand, perhaps not. Either way, they just said, you know what, we're bringing it back. The ultimate cheesy crust pizza from Pizza Hut is back. You might say, what a name. What exactly is in the ultimate cheesy crust pizza to give it such a title of gargantuan proportions? I'll tell you. This pizza has a crust that features, these little pockets, kind of like the Cheesy Bites pizza, though they're more of they're pools of cheese, that have a blend of mozzarella, provolone, white cheddar, Asiago, and Fontina cheese. What a blend of cheeses, wouldn't you say? And it has 16 of these cheese pockets, and it's just supposed to be a pizza with a very cheesy crust. The price for this varies. I obtained this for $12.99. Other people have said they've got theirs for $16. So, just keep in mind the price can be a little bit on the variable side. But otherwise, it's just a cheesy pizza. Especially with the crust, that is. How cheesy is it? I guess time will tell. Here it is. And how about we now turn the autofocus off right there so we can get that super high-res close-up of the pizza that we all clicked on the video for. Right, but there you go. I mean, you can see, of course, I got the pizza with pepperoni. That's what all that red stuff in the middle is, so it's not like the pizza got some sort of, high dose of radiation exposed to it, and now it's just going crazy. But yeah, you can see it's just a standard pizza. But then it has these pools of cheese on the crust. How about we get a slice, and we get that close-up for you. You can see, your standard greasy pepperoni pizza. I always like going with pepperoni, it's just my go-to. And then there's the crust, you can see right there, it's just it's like a stuffed crust pizza, but it's not. There's the view of Cheese Pond, as I call it. And, there you go. Yeah. Alright, well, you see what it looks like. I saw what it looks like. I know what it looks like. And, again, I'm just gonna readjust this. The brightness has been a little odd today, but it is what it is. And I'm gonna try it out for you. So it's we got a napkin covering the ultimate cheesy crust pizza from Pizza Hut going in. I'll let you know what it tastes like and how cheesy it is. Going in. I know a lot of people, when they eat their pizza, they like it fresh, right? You practically look at any pizza advertisement, commercial, so on, and when they're cutting the pizza, and then, when the happy TV family is eating it, the cheese is all molten, and it's dripping and drooping and all that, right? To be honest, I've never been a fan when it's like that fresh, when the cheese is in this still kind of liquid-esque state. Now, I don't know if it's just that maybe my tongue is more sensitive, taste bites, taste buds, not taste bites, but anyway, I'm more sensitive or whatever. I remember I was at this pizzeria, this is going years back. This was back in New York, this is just a local pizzeria, right? I was out there at lunch with an acquaintance. We got these pepperoni slices, they made it fresh, fresh out of the oven. And, I mean, it was like in that molten state. I take a bite. I mean, my tongue was just burnt. I mean, it was burnt. The roof of my mouth was burnt. I couldn't taste anything for probably days afterward. The pain was something else. And there was my acquaintance just lapping it up, Whereas there I was. I kind of killed my tongue for a day. Burned it. This other guy just, lapping it. That I was thinking, I just don't know how some people can eat it that hot. I can't. Perhaps it's all just one big endurance test, What's to say? I know, right? This is one for the ages. Most of the time I just sit there silently and stare into your soul, but this time I probably gave you the most gripping story in a long time. I bet you were just sitting there, come on, review bro, tell me more. Tell me about the pizza and the consistency of the cheese. And, well, about this pizza anyway, to kind of keep the little flame going, to keep it alive. I guess the too long didn't read version of this review is that the pizza itself is good. It's cheesy, tastes good. I do have one primary complaint. Because the pizza itself is very similar to all the stuffed crust pizzas and variants that you may get from Pizza Hut. Kind of that very thin pizza. It's salty, it's greasy. It's what you'd expect from Pizza Hut, though. Tastes fine, though. Pepperoni's good. The crust is very cheesy. Definitely kind of the cheese blend all mixed together, so you can't, despite having this quite elaborate blend of all these different cheeses in the crust, it's not like you're going to be able to say, oh yeah, I knew there was that Fontina cheese in there, I could tell. It's not going to be like that, unless perhaps you are one of the very few cheese maestros in the world. Otherwise, it's just going to be like, yeah, it's cheesy, it tastes pretty good, it all just blends together well, right? It's one of those pizzas that it all blends together, tastes good, right? Not too much to complain about, except for one thing. A pizza such as this, there was a fly trying to get into my ear. What it was trying to do there, I don't know. But anyway, with pizzas such as this, right? Like, especially with a crust that, looks like this, right? It's got these pockets. You think it's perfect for dipping, right? You could rip it off. You saw what I did. Dip it in maybe some marinara sauce. Maybe a little bit of that garlic blend if you're feeling it. Really adventurous. Go with the icing, right? And just go to town. Where's the sauce? There isn't any. And that's my complaint. Because while I myself, I have the water, and it tastes good. And I think this is one of those pizzas that's kind of meant to be dippable. When there's no sauce to dip it with, it doesn't come with it. I'd say that's disappointing. You're right. We weren't promised any sort of dipping sauce, but I just think it would have been a fine addition just, you know, to this pizza, to be honest. I think it just would go so well with that crust to be able to dip it in some marinara sauce. And Pizza Hut, I know you guys are watching this. Just a suggestion, add some marinara sauce on the side, a little dipping cup of it. It would just be the perfect touch for this, because otherwise, I think a lot of people, while flavorful it may be, really just would think this is just such a good dippable pizza. I know you guys used to just throw it in complimentary. Now you gotta go, you gotta pay the extra 50 cents, and you gotta get this, at least the Pizza Huts here just give you this pre-packaged garbage that just downright sucks. And I hate it. You know, I'd rather just go make my own just pizza sauce at home. And, you know, just go back to the good old days, which is like 3 months ago, and just throw in some marinara sauce, some good marinara sauce, because that's what this pizza deserves. It's a dippable pizza, needs some good marinara sauce, and that's my one disappointment. Now, price-wise, it's a very unique premium pizza. Tastes fine, but I think that addition really, really should be there. So with that said, all in all, I'm going to be giving this pizza an 8.0 out of 10, because again, while it tastes fine, right, and while everything blends together and all of that, I just think having that sauce on the side there would just be such a good accompaniment that it's missing out on. So, here we go. One other thing that you might be missing out on is my new podcast that I released this Thursday. Check it out. Really good mixture of some talk, some perspective. You can find it youtube.com/VORW podcast. You could find it on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/VORW. And you could also find it on iTunes and Spotify at VORW podcast. And there is a cat to conclude the video. Take care.